Good morning. Savouring. I'm going to talk to you about savouring. Oh my God. It's the first day that everybody is back to work and school. I did have a call yesterday, but like first day, full day back to work today. Kids have gone to school, went to bed at a good time, got up with the kids, did a little bit of work, getting out in the forest, but he's got his jumper on. Savouring. Humans just like things to be predictable. Humans just like things to be the same. We like to know what's coming. For those of you that are my doulas, hypnobirthing teachers, breastfeeding peeps, baby yoga, blah, blah, blah. We're like babies that have just been born. We just want everything to be familiar and the same, recognisable, and essentially to feel safe. That's all it is. It's just your nervous system. Doesn't matter what your brain says, your nervous system will decide exactly what you need. And the main crux of that is familiarity. Now, we won't go down the rabbit hole of how destructive, dysregulating, unhelpful behaviour patterns can become the new normal and become like your regulated state. That's a whole other discussion. But let's just talk for a minute about savouring. So, one of my clients was saying to me the other day, and I've said this before, like, how do you get from where gratitude is not just a practice and a thing that you do by putting your little things in the jar or thinking of your 3 things that you're grateful before you get out of bed or before you go to sleep and journaling and blah, 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 blah. How does it become like a embodied practice? And I thought I'd give you one way of starting to shift from it being something you do to who you are. All throughout your day, there'll be little like moments, small little moments where you're in a state of like flow, essentially, regulation, ventral state, call it what you will. Depends what what sort of angle you're coming at it from. But basically, where you're in like this state of, oh, this is so good. Like I could stay like this forever. I'm so happy. And maybe within there's like a level of gratitude coming in as well. So what I want you to think about is how you can savour those moments. You know, one of the things that I talk about is like being an energetic match for things. And this is how you can do that. So when you feel one of those moments, and for me, like just now, it was just this, I'm in the forest. I was like, I did this big, like, happy sigh. And it just like, I could feel it was a bodily reaction. When you notice one, when you feel one, like stop and like anchor into it and savour it. You know like when you say, well, you might not know this, but this is something I savour. Tyrrells, salt and vinegar crisps. You know when you get a bag that's got like loads of salt on them? They're really vinegary. They're so vinegary that they make your ears laugh. You're like, ugh, licking all the flavour. I know this is quite graphic, but you're literally savouring the flavour, aren't you? You're like making it last. You're making the experience. You're extending the experience. You're making the experience last in your body, like in your taste, in your senses. So that's the kind of savouring that you get to do when you find yourself in this place of like flow and gratitude and thanks and awe and wonder. All you need to do is just feel the feeling and like notice where it is in your body and essentially extend it. Like hold it for a little bit longer. That, especially if that is rooted in gratitude, which it often is when it's a moment of like, oh, I'm loving this. If it's like, I'm loving like this run that I'm on. I'm loving watching the kids playing, doing that thing. You know, I'm loving teaching this class. I'm loving being at this birth. I'm loving whatever it might be. I'm loving like getting my creative juices going. It is grounded in gratitude. So that's how gratitude gets to be like an embodied experience. And what you find over time is you actually less and less consciously notice and savour it. It just becomes a state of being. So that's my little challenge for you today and this week. Savouring, extending, like dragging out those moments, but doing it through like a somatic, a bodily experience, you know. I might get a little bit graphic now. You know, like one of those orgasms where it's really close and you know you could tip it over the edge, but you don't. And you make it go on and on and on and on. That's what you want to do. That's savouring. That is savouring. Maybe I've just cracked the code. Maybe that's how that I've got into an embodied state of continued gratitude. Go away and think about that one.